Everything in the city sounds like elevator music.
So,
here we are in Viridian City.
on the road to said city.
We're going to kick Gary's arse through his throat.
What do you need, Dave?
I'm going to see if I have any full restores I can buy here. Yes, I can. Sweet. Oh,
We have 14 of them, man. We're fine. We're fine.
I want 19.
Isn't Gary going to use them all anyway? I'm going to use full restore my Pokemon every turn.
Yeah. Hopefully not. Alright. Where's that freaking gym again?
That's
Not
okay.
here.
You have to go that way. Go that way.
This way? There we go. Old man, how was I able to battle the leader?
Now we are.
I'm old. I peed myself.
Whoa, what the fuck happened here?
I
He
peed myself
renovated
and
the
I'm
place.
nervous.
Yo, legend of the make. The floors and stale. You put your Pokemon now. The gym leader's a guy who battle champion 3 years ago. So pushover. Give her everything you got. Yeah.
What in the name of God is this shit?
Oh, it's like you touch on it and like you move that way. Like step up.
Yeah, no. Alright.
Okay, let's fight these trainers. I got a story to tell while Dave fights the trainers. Oh. What do you think? You're such a wonderful gym before, haven't you? It looks like the same type of Team Rocket base.
No, it looks like a blacklight club.
Like a BlackLightAttack?
Yeah.
Oh shit, Slow King. He seems very regal, doesn't he?
Wait. Slow King?
Yeah. It's
What?
like the Slow Bro evolution.
No, I know, but like water psychic in a
Yeah.
ground gym?
Yeah.
Guess I'm using wells.
I guess so.
That's weird, man. Hopefully, yeah. Watch this like a fire move. No! Trick room? Dad, look! It's the hollow. It's the hollow suite.
Hollow Suite from Star Trek.
It's awesome.
Trick Room.
What? How can you have a...
Dude, I think he's dead. I think Wells is dead.
No, he's not. Good.
Okay, change the fuck out.
I was joking.
Okay. Trick Room makes it so that slower Pokemon go first.
Yeah, but...
That's why he used it, because he's Slow King.
But... I didn't think you can give a fire move to a water guy.
Yes, you can.
That's fucked up.
Okay, switch though. Switch.
Yeah,
What else do we have? Plant?
Cooper is psychic.
Just go with Kaplan. Just fucking...
Just
take my spot.
okay. Yes, because unless he has fighting move, then just he's paralyzed. Fuck him. He's dead. You're dead to me.
So Camera Lady linked me this, and she said, "This is Dave." And I said, "Is it Dave, really?" And I read it, and I'm like, "Yes, this is Dave. This is Dave." So I want to preface this. Dave, what are you currently drinking out of? Show the camera.
Oh, it's a mason jar. Consumer mason.
Now, how come you have mason jars to drink in the house instead of, glasses?
Because my coworker made salsa a few years ago, and I kept the jars because, like Montana's, the restaurant.
Yes, it was cool.
I just like them.
No, I mean, it's cool. No, I get it. Like, when I first moved in, you're like, I have mason jars because it's cool to drink in them. It's kind of like unique and novel. And like, I get it, okay?
Licky.
It's the evolution of Lickitung.
So it's also
Just normal.
Normal.
Yeah. Anyway, knowing knowing Dave's mason jar secret, let me read this to you.
What the fuck?
It's a licky.
It got really fat.
I know. Someone asks, what is a hipster these days? Are you hipster when everyone has a mustache and reads Pitchfork? Hipster qualities have become so mainstream. Are you really hipster anymore if you do hipster stuff? And of course, Dave would argue no, because Dave likes hipster stuff. He likes his plaid shirts and his beard, and his thick framed glasses, and he likes his old timey hats. Like that. That's who Dave is. he is a hipster. And we've had the hipster conversation before, haven't we, Dave?
Yeah, we have. Calm the fuck down, asshole.
Hipster culture is a reaction against perceived cultural trends. of inauthenticity and superficiality. In a hyper-commoditized world where commercial motives permeate every layer of the cultural fabric, and advertising and lobbying dollars make everything in mainstream society suspect or of questionable motives, hipster culture has arisen to offer an alternative set of values and attitudes. Hipster culture is primarily built on two behaviors. One, the fetishization
yeah.
of authenticity, coupled with a derisive, dismissive, and ironic rejection of everything that doesn't fit within that category.
Which is kind of funny considering that it's supposed to be fighting against superficiality.
Yeah. This hipster concept of authenticity is complex, but largely based on one, age, where objects or ideas older than a few decades are perceived to be more authentic as they sprang from a culture less corrupt by commercialization, and two, a Spartan kind of utility, where bare bones items are seen as less commercially exploitative and thus more reliable. Thus, hipster culture embraces fixed gear bikes, mechanical typewriters, which you love, folk music, drinking from mason jars, and vinyl records, as they are all perceived to be both old and Spartan.
To my credit, Montana has had these glasses for a long time.
Oh, no, I get it, Dave.
I don't consider it really hipster at all.
But let me skip ahead here just a little bit, because this is a very long passage, as you can see.
Okay, fair enough.
But I'm just getting to the points that are important to Dave specifically, okay?
Okay, lay it on me.
When hipster culture comes in contact with objects or ideas outside of these categories, it rejects them fiercely, either with hostility meaning like Windows PCs instead of Apple, watching television instead of watching Netflix, working in an office and wearing a suit, or by co-opting these ideas under the guise of irony. But as hipster culture has grown in popularity and has itself become more mainstream, the central definitions of these various concepts have shifted to being chiefly substantive, or at least substantive based on hipsters' dubious perceptions of substance, to being chiefly aesthetic. Therefore, being seen to be authentic has become more important, even within hipster culture, than actually being authentic. Does that make sense so far?
Yep.
You get it? Like, people are now more concerned with the appearance of being a hipster rather than following the underlying values that once existed of being a hipster. Those are gone now. People just want to wear this stupid shit.
So they're just posers.
The real irony is that hipster culture is now aided and abetted by mainstream culture itself, as products and services are offered that appeal to the aesthetic sense of authenticity while being wholly of the commercial and inauthentic nature that hipster culture sprang up in reaction against. So basically, companies have realized that hipsters exist and are now marketing to them, and hipsters are becoming consumers even though their culture was originally anti-consumer.
Irony.
You know what I mean, though, right? Like, you feel it. You know this shit, right? You must be seeing this.
Oh, yeah.
A great example of this is a mason jar with a handle. Originally, drinking from a mason jar was adopted by hipsters because it rejected commercialism by repurposing something that might otherwise be thrown away, and because it harkened back to some kind of southern rural ideal that was perceived to be less corrupted. But as the substantive reasons for using a mason jar have given way to aesthetic reasons for drinking from a mason jar, these original arguments have become irrelevant. Thus, it's possible to use a mason jar with a handle, which completely perverts the original appeal of Spartan utility, and buy a mason jar solely for drinking, which completely perverts the original appeal of repurposing waste and rejecting commercialism. A mason jar with a handle is the absolute representation of a fake hipster. Somebody who doesn't even understand these values, but still,
oh my god,
still wants to look that way because they just think it looks cool. They don't even understand the culture behind it. They are the consumer they hate. If you own a mason jar with a handle. And look what Dave owns. Look what he owns, a mason jar with a fucking handle.
I got it at a yard sale.
You're an idiot. Take it and be buried with it.
Well, if I'm dead, great. I'll be away from you and your fucking sociological apathy.
Dude, was there anything in that was wrong?
No.
So you are the rube that it describes you as.
Well, I mean,
Just say yes.
I just like stuff because it's neat.
Just say yes.
Fine, yes.
Thank you. Say it. Look at the camera, and say yes. And now say, who's your daddy, Dave? Who?
See, as much as I'm supposedly this commercialized hipster, Dev is a laconic asshole. He was more likable.
Have some water, by the way.
No, I don't think so.
Come on.
No, it's too commercial, Dev. Everyone drinks water. Dev, you have to come join us in hipsterdom and drink fucking Fiji water.
Give me the goddamn water.
Only because it's part of Maslow's, pyramid of need.
You need to shut up.
Like hierarchy. The hierarchy of Dev is an ass face. See, shit like that pisses me off. It overanalyzes so much when really I just like stuff because it's neat. That's it. There's no ulterior motive. I just like the aesthetic.
No, I get it. No. That spoke to the aesthetic. It outright said, if you like a mason jar with a handle for the aesthetic,
Yeah.
that means that you are part of this rubed culture. The idea that I like the aesthetic, but the aesthetic itself harkens to a culture that was anti-commercialism, and yet here you are being very pro-commercialism and buying this shit. Like imagine you going on a spiritual retreat to Tibet, okay? And you're like, I want to become a Buddhist and like ingrain myself in this culture and learn more about myself. And then you come back with like a I went to Tibet t-shirt.
Shit!
That was a hard hit.
Shit!
Oh, Dave, what's going on, buddy?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I honestly don't. Oh.
Yeah, just go over to the right.
No!
Oh!
Oh, fuck! What is? Oh my. Okay, you got to do this.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.